You both have had a moment to take a step back.
Yes.
The dust has settled. We've had some distance from your tenure and from those turbulent election cycles. How have you seen your parties evolve over the last several years?
There's no question the Democratic Party, following the disaster of the 2024 cycle, the Democratic Party is getting their sea legs back, recruiting new candidates. We're about to undergo a generational shift within the party.
And we'll dig into all of that.
Not just at the national level, but I also think at the state and local levels, which, as you all know, you need that new energy, that new vision, that new spirit of democracy that flourishes when new people are allowed in the door. So I think the Democratic Party has had to learn some valuable lessons over the last few months. And one, we have to be a 50-state party 24/7. We can't wait till the last minute to engage voters. We learned something from the Republicans, especially in the Trump era. You have to go out and find the influencers, find people at the grassroots level. So I think the party is going to make a good comeback in the 2026 and, of course, the 2028 elections, which is wide open. And I look forward to seeing this new generation flourish.
Lessons learned for Democrats from Donald Trump. That's fascinating. Ronna, what have you seen in the Republican Party? Obviously, there's been so much talk about Trump's influence, but what have you seen in terms of the change since you left your post? And I from my experience as the White House bureau chief, it has changed a lot from his first term. The party has changed from his first term.
It has. I mean, I left in 2024, so I think a lot of the things that we learned were from Obama, right? Getting involved, getting in the ground game, making sure that we're knocking doors and engaging voters, and then expanding that and going into...
Each party sort of stealing secrets from the other one.
Groundbreakers was like a guidebook. You know, how do we get into communities? How do we engage voters? We were reaching out to Latino voters and Black voters and Asian voters. This was a big initiative that I was certainly proud of that the RNC was doing. And then Trump took it even further by getting with the influencers, understanding the young male vote. I think he understood that so well in 2024, the changing ways that people are consuming news, how they're getting engaged in politics through TikTok and other mediums. But I think our parties have changed too. Trump is a working class president, and the suburbs have become more Democrat. So we've seen almost like a flip in our parties in who's turning out, and we'll see what happens going forward.
You know, I learned something from the RNC. I think we should learn from each other. And that is, after the 2014 election, the RNC did an autopsy, 2012,
right. Yep.
An autopsy. And in that autopsy, they talked about how they had to build bridges. They couldn't just rely on the coalition that had won previous elections. And the Republican Party began to make investments. I went back to Washington. I like to travel, and I was in your beautiful, great state of Michigan. And I'm like, the Republicans are here in Wayne County?
Right.
I mean, they had a headquarters.
We did. That was when I was chair. We had an office.
Of course.
In Wayne County.
And Motown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I kept writing emails to, Tom Perez and others. I said, the Republicans are making inroads. It was incremental, but it was very important that they had strategic investments, people who could actually go door to door and talk to people about the alternatives. And I think that's one of the reasons why Donald Trump was able to expand his electorate and expand his, so-called strategic corridors.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting because I think from the outside, people see that expansion of the coalition and kind of feel like that happened overnight, or that happened just because the president is on Truth Social and has such high name recognition. But actually, those seeds had been planted for a long time.